Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandy and Jody. So guess what? We got a listener email. Yay! So we're going to revisit our sleep paralysis episode for this one because Scott wrote in and...
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Scott. So I'm going to read his email real quick. It's pretty short. It says, "Hey ladies, I love your show and have literally listened to every episode in a week. So we've been binged."
Yay!
He admitted it. In writing, he admitted it. This is a sleep paralysis episode that happened to me over 10 years ago at my grandmother's house. I was asleep on the floor at the foot of her bed when this occurred. I woke up during sleep paralysis and could not move anything, but I could see everything that was going on around me. I saw something up to the top left corner of my grandmother's room that was darker than the dark, and the body was formed of a solid swirling mist. This thing was in the spider crawl position in the top left corner of my grandmother's room with its head turned 180 degrees, smiling at me.
Oh, that is so
I just
creepy.
got chills.
That is so creepy.
As soon as it noticed I saw it, it took off running behind me, and within seconds I woke up. That was, have an amazing night and continue the podcast, ladies. Thanks again, Scott, a fellow Hoosier. It does say, P.S. the sound it made when it ran would be like if you amplified bugs crawling. Oh. So he heard that running behind him.
Oh my gosh.
And he's still alive.
Freak out.
I know. Oh my gosh. That sleep paralysis shit is too scary for me. I can't even.
I hope it never happens.
Oh my gosh. I know. But he's alive still.
That's good.
So thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. And everybody else, take a cue from Scott and write us your stories. We want to hear them.
Florida man wrecks liquor shop, blames caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland.
No.
You seriously can't make this stuff up. When this Florida man was arrested for destroying a liquor store under construction, he told police he was Alice in Wonderland and that a hookah-smoking caterpillar ordered him to attack the site.
Who are you? Oh my gosh!
Florida man stuffs $1,000 in rectum to hide it from deputies. Deputies in Marion County say that a Florida man stuffed over $1,000 up his buttocks into his rectum in an attempt to hide it from deputies after he was arrested.
I hope it wasn't in ones.
That doesn't sound very comfortable. There's a guy who comes into the store regularly and always has a beer can suctioned to his forehead. We found out it's some kind of advertising for a company, but it's still pretty weird to see him walking around the store like that.
Oh, like a unicorn?
Yeah. That's a Walmart unicorn.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I don't know what I would do. Do you ever look at the pictures online of people in Walmart?
Oh yeah.
I would just...
There are some crazy ass people. I remember I went to...
How did they all find Walmart?
Well, everything's cheap there, and everybody goes, and you can find anything that you need.
But... Okay, number 10. A man came into the store wearing a clown outfit and gory clown makeup. It was around Halloween, so he probably worked at a haunted house, but it was pretty scary. He was just walking around shopping for his dinner. Since we're coming up on Halloween,
Yes.
I decided to do some fun facts about scary movies.
Oh, well, cool.
Yeah. So I got most of these from BuzzFeed.
Okay.
All right. So while on the set of The Exorcist, director William Friedkin would have the prop man randomly fire shotgun blanks to surprise the actors.
That's freaking awesome.
This was so he could
was that? Friedkin? Awesome.
You're such a dork. You know what's really bad? You had to spell it out for me. So what does that say about me? I'm just stupid. Anyway.
That's what happens when I try to make a joke.
This was so he could get more authentic and frightened reactions on camera.
That is hilarious, though. I mean, that would do it. That would do the trick for sure.
Yeah, that would
Freak me out.
definitely. When cops arrived, they pounded on the door until the occupant finally opened up. That's when they discovered that the man was in no danger. He'd just been having a rough time on the toilet.
Oh, no.
Could you imagine trying to use the bathroom and someone knocking on your door and you go and answer it and they're like, "Are you okay?"
Especially if it's the police.
Okay. When a British man saw a mysterious flying object that lit up the sky, he immediately called the authorities. But before the police could react, the man called back saying, "Mystery solved. The UFO was actually the moon."
Shut the fuck up. That is, oh my god, no. No!
What is that round orb in the sky?
Oh my god. That is so stupid.
Oh, man.
If you somehow found a way to extract all of the gold from the bubbling core of our lovely little planet, you would be able to cover all the land in a layer of gold up to your knees.
Wow.
That's a lot of gold.
And how would someone figure that out?
And up to whose knees? Because everybody's knees are different lengths,
Yeah.
right?
That's stupid.
It's true, though.
How do you know?
Well, is it up to Tyrion's knees?
No,
She's
oh yeah,
super
that
short.
part. Yeah, I thought you meant about the goal. I was like, how do you know that?
Oh, well, I don't know.
How does anyone know?
But I'm asking whose knees? Okay.
The bee's knees.
That's not gold. That's not enough gold at all.
That's so stupid.
You said it.
I'm so embarrassed.
No, it's super funny. It's probably going to be the title of this next episode.
The bee's knees.
Knee.
What?
Knee. Do bees have knees?
I would have to say no to that. So see, there's no gold.
Not even up to the bee's knees.
Okay. It reminds me, I saw a post today where it showed this lady with, and it showed her eyes and her eyelashes, and her eyelashes looked all weird. And it said that it wasn't lashes, it was fly legs glued to her
What?
lips. I was like, what the fuck?
What?
Why would you do that? It was so stupid. So it's like it looked like eyelashes, but they were all like,
No.
it was, I don't know, it was stupid. Anyway.
Ew. Oh, okay, that's disgusting. Okay, number 2. McDonald's calls frequent buyers of their food heavy users.
Is that like what's that called? When it has two meanings.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, like, aren't serial killers called heavy hitters? Or could they be heavy hitters?
I don't know.
Oh, that has nothing to do with anything. I've been drinking a little bit.
Doesn't seem like it's going to be a very good episode.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Okay, number 3. The average person spends 6 months of their lifetime waiting on a red light to turn green.
Well, that's just sad.
6 months. Oh my gosh, that's depressing. I bet mine's worse because I take back roads to work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Number 4.
You know what, though?
Oh. What?
That's not going to be true after a while because they are putting roundabouts everywhere.
Yes, they are taking the Circle City shit a little bit
Yes,
too
they
literally.
are.
Yeah, I agree.
I have to say, though, I do like roundabouts now.
Fucking hate roundabouts.
I didn't like them at first, but I do now.
If people weren't stupid and they would use them correctly, that would be different.
That is a problem, yes. You have to pay very close attention to what's going on around you.
Yeah. Number 4. The largest recorded snowflake was in Keogh, Montana during the year 1887, and it was 15 inches wide. A snowflake.
Why are people recording snowflakes?
I don't know, but that's pretty cool.
No, it's not.
Wouldn't you want to
Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Wouldn't you want to
We're going to record the size of snowflakes. That person needs to do something better with their lives.
Are you telling me if you're you're sitting in the window and you're watching the snow and you see a 15-inch wide snowflake, you're not going to be like, oh my fucking God, let's measure that shit.
I would think, oh, that's really cool, but that would be as far as it goes.
Oh,
It's a snowflake.
I would want to see how wide it was. Anyway. Number 5, you burn more calories sleeping than you do watching TV. So next time you turn something on, take a nap. I do that too. So we have been exercising.
Oh, yes, we have.
It's just secret exercising. And it's just not that obvious to everyone, but that's okay.
Well, it'd be nice if I had something to show for it.
I have been. It's what's motivating me because I've been getting all my winter stuff out and everything that was really tight on me last year. I'm like, oh, I don't want to put this on and it's totally loose.
Yay!
I know.
That's awesome.
But the fucking Halloween candy.
Yeah, I know.
It's becoming. I know it's going to happen. So I have got to get back on track like now. So
Yes.
yeah, that doesn't count. Okay, number 6. There are more life forms living on your skin than there are people on the planet.
Ew.
Ew. Probably some more than others. Number 7. Southern sea otters have flaps of skin under their forelegs that act as pockets. So when diving, they use these pockets to store rocks and food. Interesting. They have built-in pockets.
Wonder why rocks?
No,
Food
maybe
I could see.
Maybe they build nests or something with rocks. Number 8, in 1386, a pig in France was executed by public hanging for the murder of a child. Oh my God. That's horrible. All around for everybody. That is horrible. Poor kid. Poor pig. Oh my God. It's just horrible.
Oh, okay.
Number 9. 1 in every 5 adults believes that aliens are hiding in our planet disguised as humans. Very interesting. 1 in 5.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Huh.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Number 10. If you believe that you're truly 1 in a million, there are still approximately 7,184 more people out there just like you.
Oh.
So
There's
you're
no one like me.
well, actually, you're only 1 in 7,184 apparently.
That can't be true.
That can't be true.
No.
You're the only Jody ever.
Well, anyone is the only anyone.
Exactly. So
There's
that's
nobody. I'm sorry. No, I don't believe that.
I don't either.
Maybe someone that looks like you.
Or maybe alive people. What about people in general? How many people have there ever been?
Yeah. No.
So yeah. Number 11. A single cloud can weigh more than 1 million pounds.
Wow. Because they're filled with water.
Yeah, that's crazy and kind of scary. A human will eat on average 70 assorted insects and 10 spiders while sleeping.
Like in their life.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, but
Okay.
I'd rather eat them than them like go in my ear and.
Could you imagine one morning just waking up and finding like a leg in your teeth? That would be horrible. That would be horrible.
I have to count that as calories.
Do you know how to exercise?
Is that a carb?
Isn't it protein?
Well,
I think...
yeah. I think it'd be more of a protein than a carb.
Yeah, because people eat like termites and stuff for protein.
What?
On, what's that show?
I don't know.
Aaron made me used to... Oh, Naked and Afraid.
Oh.
Aaron made me watch it.
Yeah.
I actually liked it. But yeah, they would eat bugs for protein.
Yeah, I've heard of people eating bugs before.
Yeah, but ew. As long as I don't know about it, but yeah, if I wake up with a leg and like
or a
sticking
half-chewed spider in your mouth.
Yeah, I
would flip out.
I will lose my shit.
I would flip out.
Okay, let's just change the subject because I'm going to vomit everywhere. Okay, number 13, James Buchanan, the 15th U.S. president, continuously bought slaves with his own money in order to free them.
Aww.
Aw, James Buchanan.
It was awesome.
I know.
Why can't we have a president like that?
No shit. We have like the opposite of that. Ugh.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that.
No. Okay, number 14. There are more possible iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the known universe.
Really?
Holy shit. That's crazy. Number 15. The average person walks the equivalent of 3 times around the world in a lifetime. That's crazy.
I bet I don't.
Yeah, I bet some more than others, but I mean, you never. I'm think about it.
I know. That's how you get around.
Yeah,
you walk.
That's
everywhere.
crazy.
Yeah.
Number 16. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. Fuck yeah. Sorry, guys.
Doesn't that tell you something?
Number 17. Coca-Cola would be green if coloring wasn't added.
Ooh, they should just leave it.
They should for Halloween, at least.
Yeah.
18. You cannot snore and dream at the same time. That's weird.
Really?
Yeah, that's... I mean, I guess. I got these off the internet, so who fucking knows? I could just be reading sentences.
People made their own list.
And we're like, oh my god, this is so great. And totally true. Coke is green.
Just so everyone knows, who knows what's true on our podcast? And
Oh yeah, we don't know.
yeah, we don't know nothing.
It's-
We don't know nothing.
We're just talking. We're just talking and most likely drunk.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just for fun. No education.
No
education.
This is not for educational purposes at
Just
all.
for fun. We're just all hanging out. It's all cool. Let's see. Number 19. The world's oldest piece of chewing gum is over 9,000 years old.
That's gross.
I know. What the fuck? That'd be crumbly as fuck.
How'd they come up with chewing gum that long ago?
It is some sort. It used to be some sort of like a root, I think. And they would just chew on it, and then they took whatever stuff was in it, and then formed like like gum.
Yeah.
I think it was like a long, long time ago. But it was some sort of plant at the beginning. And number 20, a coyote can hear a mouse moving underneath a foot of snow.
Wow.
That is crazy. Okay, so those were my fun facts for the week.
Sightings. There's no shortage of Bigfoot sightings, some being more compelling than others and sounding more authentic. Here are some examples from experienced outdoors people that lend credence to the legend. Clayton Mack, a Native American of the Nuxalk Nation, knows the Canadian wilderness and its creatures as well as any man alive. A reputable grizzly bear hunter for 53 years, Mack relates this tale. I was fishing in Quatna, this is a typo. It says I was fishing in Quatna all by myself in August. I think it meant all by myself in August. I had a 30-foot boat with a single-cylinder engine. I got to Jacobson Bay, about 50 miles from Bella Coola, when I saw something on the edge of the water. It was kneeling down and I could see his back humping up on the beach. It looked like he was lifting up rocks or maybe digging clams, but there were no clams there. I turned the boat right in toward him. I wanted to find out what it was. For a while there, I thought it was a grizzly bear, kind of light color fur on the back of his neck, like a light brown. I nosed right in toward him to almost 75 yards to get a good look. He stood up on his hind feet, straight up like a man, and I looked at it. He was looking at me. Gee, I don't look like a bear. Gee, it don't look like a bear. It has arms like a human being. It had legs like a human being, and it got a head like us. I keep on going in toward him. He started to walk away from me, walking like a man on two legs. He was about 8 feet high. He got to some drift logs, stopped, and looked back at me. He looked over his shoulder to see me. Grizzly bear don't do that. I never see a grizz run on its hind legs like that, and I would never see a grizzly bear look over his shoulder like that. I was right close to the beach now. He stepped up on those drift logs and walked into the timber. Stepped on them logs like a man do.
Go on, man, do.
I'm not gonna be able to read this now. Stop it. I watched as he went a little higher up the hill. The wind blew me in toward the beach, so I backed up the boat and kept on going to Quantana Bay.
Next one is from Redditor King Boo Scares You. I'd always go downstairs on Christmas morning after opening all my presents in my parents' bedroom, and there would be an unflushed shit in the toilet, and every year my mom would be outraged that Santa didn't flush it.
Oh my god.
Even used fake snow on boots to make it look like he walked in and sat down.
Why couldn't they just do cookies and milk like a normal person? And how do they know if they gotta take a shit at the same time every year?
My dad never says thank you at a drive-thru. It's far too easy and predictable. Instead, he makes up his own words. It essentially amounts to him being handed his bag of food. They say, "Have a nice day," and he replies with, "Verteber." And he drives away, straight-faced, no looking back. His other go-to word is razzle. I didn't realize this was weird until I was around 16. You know, I used to work at Arby's, like I've talked about before, and I used to have this manager who he would be like, "Welcome to Arby's," and everybody would be just like, "Yeah, no, he would just talking gibberish, and they wouldn't care at all. It was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Banging your head against the wall burns 150 calories in an hour.
I'll just stay fat, thank you. I'd rather be fat than brain damaged.
It only takes an hour to burn 150 calories.
How? Okay. Who did?
I know. I want to know that too. I want to know who did it.
Because they are vegetables now.
Banged their head against the wall.
They look good. I'm brain damaged, but man, I'm hot.
Skinny as fuck.
Oh my god, these are so stupid.
Oh my gosh. Okay. On February 8th, 1981, police responded to complaints about a transient in the sleeping bag in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park. The cops were about to rouse him, but it turned out the guy had a valid excuse for taking the siesta in the public park. His head was gone. A fingerprint check revealed that the victim was Leroy Carter, who had a history of criminal activity. Criminal activity. But nothing that would suggest that anyone would want to behead him, especially with Sleepy Hollow being so far away. Not only was Carter's head missing, but a chicken wing and 2 kernels of corn were put in its place.
I missed that. What?
I'm sorry. Okay. Not only was Carter's head missing, but a chicken wing and 2 kernels of corn were put in its place.
What?
A box.
That doesn't fit.
Like a dick and balls? Because
you can't replace. That's not big enough.
Which I don't. And a box containing more mutilated chicken parts was found nearby. This was clearly not your typical homicide, so the department assigned Sandy Gallant to the case because of her experience with occult crime. She guessed that Carter was a victim of Santeria, specifically the Palo Mayombe variety, which I don't know what that is. A intricate Caribbean African religion with a penchant for sacrificing chickens. This was great news, not for Carter obviously, but for the investigation, as Santeria customs dictates that human's head can be returned to its original location after 42 days, which is how long it takes for the murderer to extract the noggin's magical powers. So they thought he might have been sacrificed for Santeria.
Okay.
No one on the police force bought Gallant's theory on the account of its surrounding until Carter's head turned up in the Golden Gate Park exactly 42 days after the murder. So, yeah, that's very interesting. Unfortunately, because of the department's skepticism, nobody showed up at the park that day to catch the predators in action, and the killer got away scot-free to do God knows what with all the magic head powers he acquired. So, that's crazy. I mean, the fact that they kind of dismissed that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But
What does a cloud wear under his raincoat?
what?
Thunderwear!
Oh my god.
That's my favorite one. Thunderwear.
I
That's what I'm going to call my underwear from now on.
Oh, that's great. Cherophobia is the fear of fun.
That would suck.
That would suck.
The fear of fun?
What is that? I mean, that's... What the hell? That doesn't... I mean, like, how would you, like, look at something and be like, oh my god, that seems fun! And, like, run away?
Have a panic attack? I can't have fun. I can't have fun.
What is happening? That's so horrible. Oh my god. But how do you character? I mean, like, is it just like to each his own? Like, what constitutes fun? To you know what I mean? What's fun to me is not fun to you.
No, but there's always the things that are fun. Usually, I mean,
so like
for the
what
most part, everyone.
So you're supposed to be having fun, and you're just like scared.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
If anyone has cherophobia, please write in. I want to know.
We want to understand.
Ghoulsnightoutpodcast@gmail.com. The toothpaste Colgate in Spanish translate to "go hang yourself." With your white teeth.
Smile while you're doing it.
Pirates wore earrings because they believed it improved their eyesight. Okay, next one. I woke up to a rat eating my cousin's eyebrows while sharing a bed.
Oh my God. How does someone not know there's a rat on their face eating their eyebrows?
I don't know. That is
I would never sleep
worst.
that deep.
No.
That I wouldn't know there's a rat on my face eating my eyebrows.
Anything on your face. I mean, unless it's a really tiny bug or something.
Yeah, but
a rat, I mean,
that's...
come on, people.
We're like, you got something right here?
Oh my God. Stop. You know, every episode I have to cut out like 10 minutes of laughing. Oh, a deep breath. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. How do you not know there's a rat on your face? I know the best thing is to be like, excuse me, have something right here. Oh my fucking God, I can't. Okay. Oh, I'm crying. I'm like crying, actually crying. Okay.
About 10 minutes into a blind date, the guy whipped out a book about Walmart and started telling me that it changed his life and that Sam Walton was his god.
No!
I nodded along, asked questions, and told myself that maybe I would learn something interesting about Sam Walton.
No.
But I could tell there was something off about this dude. Moments later, he proceeded to go on a seemingly unrelated tangent about everyone in the world has their price. He told me I had a price. When I asked him what he meant by that, he pointed at a woman sitting at the bar and said, "That girl has a price. I could get her to go home with me right now if I offered her enough money. Same with you." After picking up my jaw from the floor, I said a few choice words and left. Total creepazoid. Okay,
What the
you should have
fuck?
left when the word Walmart came out of his mouth.
And God in the same
Exactly.
sentence. Yeah. Oh my God, what a moron. God, what is wrong with people?
Though we had really hit it off on the phone, when we met in person, my blind date looked nothing like he said he did, and spent an entire date talking about how unattractive he is and how women constantly reject him, asking me if I thought he was ugly. I cut the date short, declined a second date, and thought I was in the clear when I didn't hear from him for a couple of days. Then I got an email from him, not a single word, just a photo of his penis.
Nice.
That's what every girl wants.
Oh my God, I know.
They're so attractive.
It is one of the prettiest pictures you can imagine. So beautiful. Oh my fucking God. And might I say, even if you have to fake it, confidence goes a long way. But don't send dick pics. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
Especially, like, say you're at work and you open up your email.
No.
Or your text.
No.
That's not...
No.
I don't know what word I'm looking for.
It's not appropriate. And it's not... Nobody wants to see that.
No.
Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
Hey.
What is wrong with the people?
How many times have we said that?
See, I named an episode that.
Did you?
I did. What is fucking wrong with people? Because what is wrong with people?
It's no wonder we don't want to leave our house.
Seriously. Oh my God. Washington is the only state to be named after a president. Which I didn't know that. I didn't know it was actually named after him.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Which I wonder what Washington, D.C. is named after then. I wonder if it's the same thing.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't do history.
Yeah.
Or geography. Or math.
And we don't run.
No,
Okay.
no, we don't.
Okay. Our state flower is the coast rhododendron.
Huh?
Yep. State dance is a square dance.
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
Our state fruit is the apple.
What's Indiana's state dance? Is like the hoedown?
Oh God, I don't even want to know. We're gonna get to Indiana at some point.
Yeah.
I really doubt if
I don't think
we have a state dance.
I didn't know any place had a state dance.
I don't think any place should have a state dance.
They should. Ours is going to be the electric slide. Or what's that newest one? Or it's probably not new anymore. I'm just old.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Whip it or...
What is it?
Whip it?
Whip it.
No. What's that one?
Oh, the nay-nay or...
The nay-nay, yes.
No, the Fortnite dances. The floss.
The floss.
Yeah.
Yes.
That and like the...
That's so stupid looking. I haven't even seen that one.
Sorry, you guys. I just did the stupid one. Stupid. It's stupid.
Kids are so stupid.
Carlton from...
Oh my gosh.
They do that on Fortnite and he's suing them.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Oh my God.
He's like, that's my stupid dance.
Fortnite? Are you talking about like the video game Fortnite?
Yeah, I think, well, I don't know. But I think they do like celebratory dances when they win or whatever.
Okay.
And one of them's like the Carlton, and one of them they do this stupid thing, and then the other one they do I don't even know what. But yeah, it's
I'll
like
have to ask Peyton about that.
Oh yeah, it's like everyone knows about it. I think they do the floss thing on that too. I think that's a Fortnite.
I saw that on a commercial the other. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That reminds me of a story. I was younger, and this was when we lived in Danville.
Oh, okay.
And I was just on that edge where I was like starting to not believe in Santa.
Right.
And I must have told Mommy that or something. And you know how every Christmas Eve we were forced to go to midnight mass.
Yes, raised Catholic.
I fucking hated it.
Yes.
So before we left, the fireplace was all closed like normal.
Yeah.
When we get back, the fireplace door is open. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Santa's around. Look, he left the door open.
That's so great.
And Mommy's like, yeah.
Oh, that's great. I wonder when they did that. I don't know. They used to do stuff like that all the time. I remember one time, I think I was around the time where I was like, is this all crap? And it was Easter. And I don't remember what I was doing, but somehow I think Mommy was like, I think the Easter Bunny's outside. And I was looking out the window and I just heard someone go, I told it was totally Daddy. But he was pretending to be the Easter Bunny.
I didn't
know the Easter Bunny sounded like that. He does. He's like, it was hilarious. No, kitty. Sit down.
That's great.
Yeah, so I was like, and then, speaking of family stories, our cousin DJ, he does, I used to love Donald Duck. Or no, yeah, Donald Duck.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. I used to collect Donald Duck everything. And I think I was like 16 years old. So I was, older. I was in high school. And Mommy was talking to Aunt Denise on the phone, and she was like, I think someone wants to talk to you, Brandy. And I get on the phone, and it's freaking DJ talking like Donald Duck, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I kind of was just like, okay, bye. I'm like, dude, that would have been funny if you were like 10. I know. That's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, why didn't you do this 6 years ago? I would have loved it. I'm fucking 16 now, and I know it's you.
Oh, shit.
That was creepy. That just fell for no reason.
It doesn't sit up very well on this coffee table. Okay. All right.
I actually found a really funny news story. It was on our local news website, and it's Sesame Street, and the title is did a Sesame Street character just say a bad word? And it's Grover. So if you're familiar with Sesame Street, he's the blue guy with the weird nose.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to say, that sounds like an excellent idea. But I'm going to play this.
Okay.
So I want you to tell me what you hear.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea. Yes, that sounds like an excellent.
What's it supposed to say? That sounds like an excellent idea.
That is not what he says.
I know. That's the funniest thing.
Could you put it louder than that so it can go through the microphone?
Did it not work, you think? Yeah, it's as loud as my phone will go.
Because I barely heard it.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
Maybe if I actually look it up on YouTube, it'll be louder. It sounds like someone is recording it like on their phone from their TV, so it's not very good sound quality. Let's see, Grover F-bomb.
That is what he said.
I know!
Move the camera. Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
Wait, what did Grover just say?
Yes, that sounds like an excellent.
He totally says it's a fucking excellent idea.
There's no it could have been this. No, it was definitely the F-bomb.
Yes, that's hilarious. So I had to bring that up. So if you guys didn't hear that, I'm sorry, but
Just look it up.
Yeah, it's just YouTube or search on YouTube. Grover drops F-bomb, and you'll find it. But it's hilarious. So I had to bring that up. Normally I don't do the news stories anymore. But yeah, that was hilarious.
Great. Okay, Canyon Hill Cemetery in Caldwell. When it comes to local ghost stories, there are always one or two that really stick in your mind thanks to some of the unique details. In Idaho, one such story is that of the legless jogger who haunts Canyon Hill Cemetery.
What?
Apparently, if you are brave enough to drive up to the gates of the cemetery and park your car there around midnight, the apparition of a jogger with no legs floats up to the driver's side window and taps on the glass.
No.
Hell no.
Oh my God.
I would not be going there.
That reminds me of Ghostbusters.
If I had enough to drink, I probably would. Just to see.
Oh my God, that'd be so scary. What does he want?
I don't know.
Why would he tap on the window?
I don't know.
Excuse me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Okay, anyway. McCune Mansion in Salt Lake City. McCune Mansion was built in 1901 and took around 3 years and $1 million to build. These days, it is used as a venue for weddings and lots of other types of celebrations. There are said to be 2 different apparitions that are haunting the building. A man in a black cape, Batman, and a little girl of about 10 years of age who particularly enjoys when there are weddings taking place.
Aww.
There's a picture of a girl hanging in the mansion, so she was obviously a former resident. She's often spotted at weddings where she can be seen dancing and giggling. On the other hand, the man is usually seen around Christmas time.
Did you say she was hanging? Like hanging around? Or...
There's a picture of the girl hanging in the mansion. Did I not say the picture?
Well, is she... that's fine. But is she hanging? Like... That's how she died?
No.
Or she just
there's a picture of the girl hanging in the mansion.
Oh! Oh my god! I thought she was hanging.
No.
I thought it was a picture of a girl hanging. And I was like, holy shit!
No! Oh my
Little
God.
girl hung herself?
And they took a picture of it and hung it up in the mansion.
Okay, moving on.
Whew, all right. Rock Canyon in Provo. Rock Canyon in Provo is a popular climbing spot, but only for experienced climbers. There have been a number of deaths due to climbers losing their grip on the steep rock face and plummeting into the canyon below. These tragic deaths have contributed to the negative energy in the area, and the surrounding campgrounds are believed to be haunted. The most common sighting is of a man standing on one of the high rocky ledges. He is said to stare down at the living before running straight towards them at an impossible angle down the steep rock face.
Oh, no.
Fuck no.
Oh my god.
He vanishes into thin air just before he is about to make contact with the ground.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine seeing that?
No.
No way.
It'd be so creepy and so cool at the same time. I wouldn't know what to do.
Well, I know I'd fall off the mountain.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This was being passed around Facebook, and I had to print it off and read it to you guys because it is embarrassing medical exams, and it's hilarious. So I'm going to read these real quick. First one: a man comes into the ER and yells, "My wife's going to have her baby in the cab." I grabbed my stuff, rushed out to the cab, lifted the lady's dress, and began to take off her underwear. Suddenly I noticed that there were several cabs, and I was in the wrong one. Could you imagine if he was like a hot doctor and she's just standing there like, yeah, okay, we can do this. Giant smile on her face. That was submitted by Dr. Mark McDonald in San Francisco. Okay, second one. At the beginning of my shift, I placed a stethoscope on an elderly and slightly deaf female patient's anterior chest wall. Big breaths, I instructed. Yes, they used to be, she said. That was submitted by Dr. Richard Burns, Seattle, Washington. Next one. One day I had to be the bearer of bad news when I told a wife that her husband had died of a massive myocardial infarct. Not more than 5 minutes later, I heard her reporting to the rest of the family that he had died of a massive internal fart. That's so horrible. Oh, what hilarious.
You know, her family was like, what? I didn't know he could die from that.
Could he not let it out? What? Did he blow up?
Oh my God.
That was submitted by Dr. Susan Steinberg. Number 4, during a patient's 2-week follow-up appointment with his cardiologist, he informed me, his doctor, that he was having trouble with one of his medications. Which one, I asked. The patch. The nurse told me to put a new one on every 6 hours, and I'm running out of places to put him. I had to quickly undress him and discovered what I hoped I wouldn't see. Yes, the man had over 50 patches on his body.
Oh, no.
Now, the instructions included the removal of the old patch before applying the new one. That was submitted by Dr. Rebecca St. Clair in Norfolk, Virginia. Okay. Next one, while acquainting myself with a new elderly patient, I asked, "How long have you been bedridden?" After a look of complete confusion, she answered, "Why, not for about 20 years, since my husband was alive." That was submitted by Dr. Stephen Swanson in Corvallis, Oregon. Next one,
Bedridden.
Huh?
Bedridden.
I know, right? Okay. Next one. I was performing rounds at the hospital one morning, and while checking up on a man, I asked, "How's your favorite breakfast this morning?" "It's very good, except for this Kentucky jelly. I can't seem to get used to the taste," Bob replied.
Oh, no.
I then asked to see the jelly, and Bob produced a foil packet labeled KY jelly.
Gross.
I know. Why would you continue to put it on your food if you're tasting?
Maybe I'll get used to it. Kentucky.
That was submitted by Dr. Leonard Kransdorf in Detroit. Next one, a nurse was on duty in the emergency room when a young woman with purple hair styled into a punk rocker mohawk, sporting a variety of tattoos, and wearing strange clothing entered. It was quickly determined that the patient had acute appendicitis, so she was scheduled for immediate surgery. When she was completely disrobed on the operating table, the staff noticed that her pubic hair had been dyed green, and above it there was a tattoo that read, "Keep off the grass." Once the surgery was completed, the surgeon wrote a short note on the patient's dressing, which said, "Sorry, had to mow the lawn."
That is awesome. I want to know what her response was.
No, she probably loved
She
it.
probably did. That's great.
Okay. Next one, as a new young MD doing his residency in OB, I was quite embarrassed when performing a female pelvic exam. To cover my embarrassment, female pelvic exams, he was embarrassed of doing those. To cover my embarrassment, I had unconsciously formed a habit of whistling softly. The middle-aged lady upon whom I was performing this exam suddenly burst out laughing, further embarrassing me. I looked up from my work and sheepishly said, "I'm sorry, was I tickling you?" She replied with tears running down her cheeks from laughing so hard, "No, doctor, but the song you were just whistling was I Wish I Was an Oscar Mayer Wiener." The doctor wouldn't submit his name.
Aww. Come on, own it, dude. That's funny.
I know. And last one. A woman and a baby were at the doctor's examining room waiting for the doctor to come in for the baby's first exam. The doctor arrived and examined the baby, checked his weight, and being a little concerned, asked if the baby was breastfed or bottle-fed. "Breastfed," she replied. "Well, strip down to your waist," the doctor ordered. She did. He pinched her nipples, pressed, kneaded, and rubbed both breasts for a while in a very professional and detailed examination. Motioning to her to get dressed, the doctor said, "No wonder this baby's underweight. You don't have any milk." "I know," she said. "I'm his grandmother, but I'm glad I came in."
Oh, that's great. she came in.
Imagine, well, strip down your waist. All right. It's been a while. Why would she do that? I'd be like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay. So yeah, I had to read those. They were just too funny. Armless Florida man stabs tourist with scissors held in his feet. You would think you would be able to outrun him. What the fuck?
Was he like hopping on his ass or something? Come here.
That would be impressive. An armless Florida man.
People were stopping and taking like selfies.
Oh yeah, totally.
Posting it on Facebook.
Okay, well, it says an armless Florida man faces charges after stabbing a Chicago tourist with scissors held in his feet. How the fuck did that
You
happen?
had to sneak up on him, right?
Well, I
don't know. That's just so stupid. I can't.
Okay, the Chicago tourist had to have done something wrong in this scenario because what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. It's like a one-legged man winning an ass-kicking contest. It just doesn't happen. Oh my God. Neil Armstrong had to go through U.S. Customs after returning from the moon.
Oh.
Do you have any fruit?
Got some moon fruit.
Moon fruit? What is that, dingleberries? You don't think of the original Star Wars without thinking of the hunky Harrison Ford as Han Solo, but he almost didn't get the role. He was working as a carpenter installing a door for Francis Ford Coppola when George Lucas stopped by and was convinced to let Ford read some lines for the movie.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know. That's actually crazy.
Did you ever see him in the movie Sabrina?
I did.
I love that movie.
You know what? It was, okay, I was probably 14 at the time that came out. Mm-hmm. I had just started dating my very first boyfriend, and he thought it would be a great idea that we watch a movie with his parents in their living room, which was Sabrina. Mm-hmm. And I was so nervous and distracted that I did not watch one single second of that movie. And it was very awkward and weird. And yeah.
Did you ever see Regarding Henry?
That is one of my favorite movies
Oh my God,
ever.
I love that movie.
He was amazing in that movie.
He was very good in that movie.
He is just a great actor all around.
I know, he is.
Heard he was a dick, though, which wouldn't
Really?
surprise me, yeah.
That sucks.
I know.
I can't stand that earring he's got.
I know!
What are you doing, dude?
Seriously, what is that? Yeah, get rid of the earring. Please, Harrison Ford.
So like...
I know you are listening.
That was a good one.